Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will study about rocks and rock types. Chapter 6 of Chapter 6 of class 6 Geography of Maharashtra Board. Students, you all know what are rocks? Well, rocks are natural solid materials found on the earth's crust. Rocks are made up of minerals, which are the building blocks of rocks. Rocks forms the foundation of the earth's surface. The mountains we see, hills, valleys, all are made up of rocks. You all have seen rocks, stones near your house, and even you have seen mountains, hills, right? So what you have you seen this rocks? What kind of rocks are formed in the form of slabs, granite, limestone, sandstone, etc., right? Just like a cake is made up of ingredients like flour and sugar, rocks are also made up of minerals and many other ingredients. You can find rocks everywhere on mountains, under the soil, in the rivers, and even at the bottom of the sea. Now let's look upon the importance of rocks. Why are rocks important? Well, rocks gives us minerals used in making tools, machines and buildings. Rocks are also used in making for construction purpose. They are also used to make roads, houses and monuments. Rocks are also used for they also contain certain fossil fuels like coal and petroleum. Some rocks even contain fossils which tells us about ancient plants and animals. Rocks are also used for making building house, roads, bridges. Earth's history. In Earth's history, rock also helps scientists to study history of the earth. That is what we discussed. Now we will see the types of rocks. How many main types of rocks are there? Yes, students, there are mainly three types of rocks. The first one, which we are going to study today, is igneous rock, second one, sedimentary rock, and third one, metamorphic rocks. Students, let's study igneous rocks in detail. Igneous rocks are the rocks formed when the molten magma or lava cools and solidifies. Magma Magma is a hot melted rock inside the earth, and when it comes out through volcanoes, it is called lava. When this lava or magma cools down, it becomes a solid rock. That's an igneous rock. These igneous rocks are also known as primary or mother rocks because the other rocks are also formed from them. There are various other types of igneous rocks, like intrusive igneous rocks that when the magma cools down inside the earth, for example, a granite kind of rocks are formed. These are called intrusive igneous rocks. And next one is extrusive igneous rocks, formed when magma comes out and cools on the earth's surface. For example, basalt. Basalts are mainly found in Deccan Plateau in Maharashtra, and also in the form of granite also we can see this extrusive igneous rocks or intrusive igneous rocks are found. This granite is used in kitchens, slabs, floors and monuments. Next comes sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed by the deposition of layers, that is sediments of sand, clay, pebbles, or remains of plants and animals. These layers get compressed and hardened over the time. Often, these sedimentary rocks contain fossils of plants and animals. For example, limestone, sandstone, shale, chalk, all are the examples of sedimentary rocks. Students, over the millions of years ago, these rocks they get layers and get pressed and cemented together to form a hard rocks. For example, when I talk about sandstone, sandstones are made from sand particles and they are mainly used in buildings and statues. Then comes limestone, made from shells and remains of sea creatures. And these cells are used in making cement. Next is shale. Shale is a kind of material that is made from clay used to make bricks and tiles. Now, let us talk about the fossils in sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks often contains fossils which are preserved remains of ancient plants or animals. Scientists study fossils to learn about Earth's past life and climate. Student, one interesting thing I want to tell you that sedimentary rocks cover about 75% of the Earth's surface, even though they form a thin layer. Next comes metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are formed when existing rocks, igneous or sedimentary, changes due to high heat and pressure. The word metamorphic means changed form. These rocks are usually hard and strong. The word metamorphic itself expresses that it means a changed form. Metamorphic, you have heard this word many a times when you have seen when a caterpillar changes from one forms to another, that is from a caterpillar to a cocoon, from cocoon to a beautiful butterfly, then that process is also known as metamorphic. So it is, what is it? It is change of stage, one from one stage to another, from another stage to another stage, and then comes the final product. That is the changed form, that is known as metamorphic. So metamorphic rocks are are formed when existing rocks, that is igneous and sedimentary rocks, changes due to high heat and pressure. These rocks are usually very hard and very strong. For example, let us take one example, limestone. Limestone is then changed, pressed, used, and then converted into marbles. And these marbles are used to make beautiful monuments. For example, Taj Mahal. Then comes shale. Shale also, when it has been processed from one form to another, then it is used for making chalks and slates, that is for blackboards and roofing and etc. Then comes granite. Granite is also then changed, and the changed form of granite is known as genesis. Students, you know metamorphic rocks are stronger and harder than the rocks from which they are formed. Next we will study about the rock cycle of the rocks. What is this rock cycle? The rock cycle shows how rocks keep changing from one type to another over a period of time. Rocks change from one type to another for over a longer period of time. This continuous process is called rock cycle. For example, you can see on the screen there is a cycle given here, and you can see how igneous rocks breaks down into sediment, then how the sediments for the sedimentary rocks are formed, then how heat and pressure makes the rocks get converted into metamorphic rock. Then you can see that melted magmas etc are all the forms of igneous rocks. then how these magmas cools to form igneous rocks again. So this is a kind of a cycle, and in this way, from one form to another, from another form to another, the rocks keeps on changing, and we find a different forms of rocks, and it becomes from soft to more harder and to extreme harder phase. Okay, next we will study about. So when we saw this rock cycle, the magma cools and forms an igneous rocks. Weathering and erosion breaks the igneous rocks into small pieces. These pieces settles in the layers and form sedimentary rocks. When sedimentary rocks are buried deep inside the earth, heat and pressure change them into metamorphic rock. If metamorphic rock melts, they become magma again. When magma cools down, the cycle starts over. So, in this way, the entire cycle goes on. So, rocks are always changing. It's like a nature's recycling process. Now, students, we will see this. We will now summary that what are rocks, what are the three main types of rocks, and what is the rock cycle. So, we have studied these three topic and covered these three topic in this video. That what are rocks? Can you all tell me? Rocks are the natural solid material forming the earth's crust. Next, which are the three main types of rocks? The three main types of rocks are igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. Then, what is the how is the rock cycle form? The rocks continuously changes from one form to another through the rock cycle, through various process of weathering, then heat, pressure, everything, right? Okay. Now remember, students, that igneous rocks are mostly fire rocks. We another name what we call them are fire rocks. Then sedimentary rocks are known as layered rocks. We can give another name to them as layered rocks. And then metamorphic rocks, easy to remember, is changed rocks. Okay, that changes from one form to another. Now let us see the examples like basalt. I've already explained that basalts are found in Deccan Plateau, and you can find them in Maharashtra also and Madhya Pradesh, etc. Then we can see marble. Marbles are you can find marbles in many other places, but mostly they are used for making monuments like Taj Mahal, Lal Killa. You have seen all these things. Then granite used in kitchen slabs. Your home kitchen slabs are made up of granite, and limestone used in cement industry. Okay, students. So now let us end up this video. Bye. See you next time.